The hereafter was an incredible secret and significance to the old Egyptians, and the Papyrus of Ani is viewed as quite possibly of the most popular papyrus that contain the well-known Pharaonic Book of the Dead with spells win over life and vanquish passing and meet all requirements, forgetting a charge out of timeless existence without death. The Papyrus of Ani is a composition of papyrus in a composed and represented structure with hieroglyphic letters and hued delineations, and traces all the way back to 1250 BC, or at least, from the period of the 19th line in the time of the New Realm in Old Egypt. The old Egyptians gathered a book that is an assortment of defensive spells, so this book would go with people upon their demise, called the Book of Going Out into the Day, or all the more normally known as the Book of the Dead, which generally contained expressions and spells to help the departed in his eternity, and the Papyrus of Ani is the composition that was gathered for the copyist of Thebes called Ani. The composition was found in Luxor in 1888 by Egyptians who were then wrongfully exchanging ancient pieces, and was procured by the English Surrey A. Wallace Move, as he made sense of in his self-portrayal, by the Nile and the Tigris. Soon after Move previously saw the papyrus, Egyptian police captured a few relic sellers and fixed their homes, one of which contained things Move had bought from the vendors. Move diverted the gatekeepers by offering them a dinner, while local people dug a passage under the walls of the house to recover the things, including the end papyrus. The papyri and different things Move had procured were put away in a few uncommonly made tin boxes, and afterward pirated to the bookkeeper at the English Gallery in London. Move later paid a reward of £150 from the English Depository for the English Exhibition Hall for the papyrus. The Papyrus of Ani is presently quite possibly of the most popular papyrus in plain view in the English Exhibition Hall in London, and is viewed as a rich record of the old Egyptians' convictions about existence in the wake of death. I will read you some of what is in this papyrus, but not all of it. The papyrus peruses. Distinction to you, Osiris, ruler of eternality, lord of the divine beings, whose names are many, whose structures are consecrated, whose structure is concealed in the sanctuaries, and whose Ka is holy. You are the leader of Tatu, Busiris, and furthermore the extraordinary one in Sekhmet, Letopolis. You are the master to whom commendation is credited in the region of Adi. You are the ruler of the heavenly food in Anu. You are the master whose memory is deified in Madi, the secret soul, ruler of Kurt, huge, preeminent ruler in the White Wall, Memphis. You are the soul of Ra, his body, and you have a resting place in Heniensu, Heracleopolis. You are the advocate, and celebrated in Nart. You make your soul rise. You are the master of the extraordinary house in Kemenu, Hermopolis. You are the extraordinary triumphs in Shashhotep, master of eternality, leader of you are the lord of Abydos. The course of his lofty position is in Taxer, part of Abydos. Your name is fixed in the mouths of men. You are the embodiment of the two terrains Egypt. You are Tem, the nourisher of Kau, the twins, leader of the organizations of the divine beings. Thou craftsmanship, the great soul among spirits. The lord of the heavenly sea, Nu, draws his waters from you. Thou sendest the north wind at night, and the breath from thy nostrils to please thy heart. Thy heart re-establishes its childhood, thou producest. The stars in the sublime levels are submissive to you, and the extraordinary entryways of paradise open themselves before you. Thou workmanship, he to whom applause is expected in the southern paradise, and to whom thanks are presented in the northern paradise. The everlasting stars are under thy watch, and the stars that never set are thy high positions. Penances show up before you by the announcement of Kep. The hosts of the divine beings commend you, and the lords of Tuat, the hidden world, smell the earth in reverence to you. The finishes of the earth bow before you, and the limits of the sky make petitions to you when they see you. The holy people win before you, and all Egypt thanks you when they meet thy grandness. Thou craftsmanship, a brilliant otherworldly body, leader of profound bodies, thy rank is timeless, and thy rule is firm. Thou workmanship, Sekhem, power, promoter of the organization of the divine beings, thy face is wonderful and darling to him that seeth it. Your apprehension has gotten comfortable all grounds due to your ideal love, and they serenade your name, and make it the main name, and all people groups offer penances to you. You are the ruler who is recalled in paradise and on the planet. Many are the cries that are raised to you at the gala of the oak, and with one heart and one voice Egypt raises up cries of delight to you. You are the extraordinary pioneer, the first among your siblings, the sovereign of the organization of divine beings, the organizer behind truth and equity all through the world, the child who sat on the incredible high position of your dad Keb. You are the adored of your mom Nut, the extraordinary and the courageous, who toppled the devil Sibo. You have stood and struck your foe, and panicked your enemy. You have brought the limits of the mountains. Your heart is firm, and your feet are firm. You are the successor to Keb and the domain of the two grounds Egypt. Keb has seen his quality, and has chosen to direct the world by your hand insofar as time endures. You have made this world with your hand, and the waters, the breezes, the plants, all the steers, every one of the birds with feathers, all the fish, all the crawling things, and every one of the wild creatures that possess it. The desert is the legitimate ownership of the child of Nut. The two grounds, Egypt, are content to enthrone you on the lofty position of your dad, similar to Ra. You roll toward the skyline, you have set light over the obscurity, you send air from your quills, you flood the grounds like a circle at the crack of dawn. Your crown punctures the level of the sky, you are the buddy of the stars, and the aid of each and every god. You are great in declaration and discourse, leaned toward by the organization of the extraordinary divine beings, dearest by the organization of the lesser divine beings. His sister Isis safeguarded him, drove away devils, and deflected evil fiascos. She articulated the spell with the enchanted force of her mouth. Her tongue was great, and never halted at a solitary word. Isis, the lady of sorcery spells, was her sibling's backer, great in order and word. She looked for him eagerly, she meandered this land in distress, and didn't land without tracking down him. She made light with her quills, she made air with her wings, and she shouted out a demise sob for her sibling. Cheer, board of divine beings, celebrate, at the approaching of Horus, child of Osiris, whose heart was unfaltering, the victor, child of Isis, main successor to Osiris. Psalm of recognition to Ra as he climbs toward the eastern paradise. Observe Osiris Ani, the copyist of the consecrated contributions to every one of the divine beings, says, I honor you, who have come as experience, the experience of the maker of the divine beings. You sit on your high position, you ascend overhead, you edify your mom, Nut, you sit on your lofty position as ruler of the divine beings. Your mother, Nut, loosens up her hands, and plays out a praiseworthy thing to do to you. The circle of Manu gets you with joy. The goddess Mot embraces you in the 2 times of the day. Brilliance and power be given to Ra, and he talks reality and shows up as a residing soul so he might view her Akuti, upon the Papyrus of Ani, who talks reality before Osiris, and who says, Hail, all you lords of the place of the soul, who gauge paradise and earth, a sublime and an equilibrium food, to the dead. Hail, Tatan, who is one, you are the maker of men, and the hosts of divine forces of the south and north and west and east, attribute applause to Ra, master of paradise, Lord, life and strength and well-being, maker of divine beings. Express appreciation to him in his kind structure delegated in the boat of At. The wonderful creatures acclaim you, the natural creatures acclaim you. Thoth and the goddess Mot mark your way step by step and consistently. Your serpentine adversary has been conveyed to the fire. The snake evil presence Sibu has fallen upon his head, his 4 feet are bound, and Ra has taken his rear legs from him. The children of upheaval will at no point ever ascend in the future. The elderly person's home commends the celebration, and the voices of the people who cheer in the extraordinary spot. The divine beings cheer when they see Ra enthroned, and when his beams fill the world with light. The grandness of this sacred god set out on his excursion, and went on until he arrived at the place that is known for Manu. The earth turned out to be light consistently at his introduction to the world, and went on until he arrived where he was yesterday. Goodness, find a sense of contentment with me. Allow me to see your magnificence. Allow me to go through the earth. Allow me to strike the ass. Allow me to slice the snake devil Sibu to pieces. Allow me to obliterate a Peb right now of his most noteworthy power. Allow me to view the apta fish in season, and the subterranean insect fish with the insect boat directing it in its lake. Allow me to see Horus holding the rudder of Ra, with Thoth and the goddess Maat on each side. Allow me to hold the rope that pulls the boat of Sektet, and the rope at the harsh of the boat of Matet. Allow Ari to concede me the vision of the circle, the sun, and the vision of the moon, without interference consistently. Let my Ba go forward to wander here and yonder and any place he satisfies. Allow my name to be called, and put down on the tablet that accounts the names of the individuals who will get contributions. Let the burial service contributions be proposed to me within the sight of Osiris, as they are proposed to the people who follow Horus. Allow a seat to be ready for me in the boat of the sun on the day the god heads out. Allow me to be gotten within the sight of Osiris in the place that is known for truth, Ka Osiris Ani.